which, if I can zoom in enough, is called Military Battle World War II. So you go into FX, and then you search like battle, for instance. And it should come up momentarily. Okay, yeah, so these are really long samples of just like guns and shooting and explosions and everything, and I played out the whole thing and I found an explosion that sounded cool. So we can take a look at the sample. It's obviously meant for something else, like some sort of movie production or something, because it might be in it's in the GarageBand samples, so it could be also accessed by iMovie. But I searched through it and I found something that sounded good, and then I just cut out that little piece and added echo, so it just wasn't like the explosion and it cut it off. It actually had a little space to it. So then I have this called the sample, which is the Donna background, which I found, so you can go ahead and search Donna if you want to find that. It's taking a little longer than I expected. D-O-N-N-A. There we go. So she has some pretty good stuff that she's recorded for Apple. And this is one of my favorite loops that she's made, so let's take a listen. Alright, so that's that sample, and then that's just building back to the first one that I have, which repeats itself here, back in the hook. So this sort of changes it up a little bit, something a little unexpected for the listener, and it keeps it interesting, because if you have the same sample over and over again, it can work, but it's better to mix it up a little bit. And then I have the hook right here. And then it goes back into a drop where it's just the beat and the bass and the explosion and the Donna background, except this time the build is a little bit different. We can take a look at what that sounds like. We know what this section is like, it's with the explosion, but we can take a listen again. And then it builds back to the full beat. But what's different is the synth that I have here, which is sort of like a classic rap, R&B, hip-hop type sounding synth, which sounds like this. So that's sort of the thing I have going with that, except I have on it some filter modulation, or filter cutoff automation is the word I was looking for. I have that going there, so it sort of builds up back to the chorus, and we can see what that sounds like right now. Sorry about that. I was trying to, I didn't realize I soloed the track, and I didn't, I forgot that I couldn't talk when I say that, but this is a noise sweep. We can hear that real quick. And it sort of builds back up with automation. So let's listen to the build. it will ever work. Let's try it again. Alright, so you get the idea, and then it drops back in right here if it will work. So yeah, it works pretty well. And there's this perfect sample where it's just sort of, I don't really know how to describe it, it's just like an ascending vocal sample, and we can take a listen right now what that sounds like. And then what I have going on there, is delay design. Yeah, so I have that repeat itself after, which just adds a little atmosphere to it, makes it sound pretty cool. And then here I have the Bailey background, and unlike the other hooks where I cut it in half, this one I make it full. It changes it up a little bit. And then here I have a sort of tonal build, like the dubstep tutorial that I made, which you can check out over here. I guess I'll put an annotation. You can check that out after. This build isn't as good because I hadn't practiced it as much before when I was making this song, but it's sort of the same idea. So, it doesn't start out sounding too good, sounds a little bitter, so I might like fade it in, but I have little stereo delay, which I have to fix after because it only shows up in 1 year, I'm realizing now. But yeah, so this is another artist, her name's Tonya, so you can go in there, search for that, and find that sample. But pretty much the lesson of this tutorial is to take advantage of Logic samples, because there's lots of good stuff and you never really know how you're going to end up using it. And it turned out to work really well in this beat, and I'm really happy with it. I just need to fix sort of the awkwardness with the transitions that happen every bar. If you're listening carefully, you know what I mean. There's like some sort of break or something. I'll figure it out. But other than that, I'm pretty much finished with this project. I just wanted to show sort of what I use to get those sounds. I hope you liked the tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them down below. I will be happy to answer any question you have. And if you want, I'll even make a video just for you, because I love making these, and it's a fun way to like show off what I've been making and get people to appreciate your work. So also let me know if you like the beat, and I'll put a link to my SoundCloud where you can listen to all my tracks. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. For now, I will be signing off. Peace.